What's good in the hoodie? It's your man Nico Boogie. How y'all doing? What's up, y'all? It's a nice Sunday night, and I'm feeling good because we got a lot to talk about. Um, so to start off, uh, I'm a little bit late. The Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiere. Uh, the Wakanda Forever premiere was I think the 20. What is it? Today's date is the 20. No, today's date is the 30th. So that was approximately 3 to 4 days ago. I believe it was on the 26th Eastern time. And so, yeah, the movie has been released. I'm not going to see the movie when it comes out November 11th. Um, I was just talking to my dad's friend, trying to explain to him how basically T'Challa, who is the very first black superhero in comics, is being taken off the table from the entertainment industry and representation purposes. Um, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. First off, Nate Moore has once again come out of his mouth with some more bull, and I'm gonna pull it up for y'all because Jesus, it Lord of mercy, this dude don't know how to shut up. He really doesn't. But let's see here. He mentioned. Let's see here. Let's see. Give me a sec, y'all. All right, here we go, right here. So, so initially, um, they had the script for Black Panther to where the hold on, give me a second, y'all. But as I was saying, the script was supposed to be for. Hold on, let's see. We got it right here. Here you go, right here. So the interview that he came out with on the carpet, I believe, the purple carpet of the premiere, was them asking them how did it come about that this movie was made, and how basically everything came to a point to where they were telling a story from the females aspects, which is basically the side characters. And Nate Moore came out of his mouth and said this: "It was just the right story to tell," and I'm saying this verbatim. "These were the characters who were most affected by T'Challa's passing. So we focused on the people who were appropriate. It's not about pushing women forward or holding men back. It's about telling the story that is organic. I think sometimes, maybe from the outside, there's a thought that there are agendas at play. But it's just telling good stories, and we are blessed with an amazing cast who breathes life into these characters and makes you want to see what's happening with Shuri, or what's happening with Okoye, or what's happening with Lupita, okay, or what's happening with Rwanda. To highlight them would have been a disservice to the story, and so I think the movie's better for it. If we would have had to wedge in some new male characters just to have that voice, that would have seemed more performative than just than just telling the story we told." Ryan Coogler said, "I will say that M'Baku was in this movie more than he was in the first Black Panther." Anyway, that's well, of course, he's the only male black role that's in the freaking cast. But other than that, so he says that, and my mind goes to how their track of telling T'Challa's story was literally cut off after Endgame. Literally cut off after Endgame. Yes, you had him. You had Chadwick Boseman's last performance as T'Challa, but not really T'Challa from. Well, he was T'Challa from Wakanda, but you basically put him in the Guardians of the Galaxy um, realm of things when he becomes Star Lord T'Challa. Um, but going from the 616 main universe, because once again they're sticking to the whole multiverse thing. But you have T'Challa at the very beginning in 2016 with Captain America: Civil War, his introduction. Then you have his solo movie in 2018, 2 years later. Um, you have in that same 2018 year, you have Infinity War, where you dust him as a character. You dust T'Challa, and when you do that, you just brought him in. In one of my previous videos, I told y'all how they could have used T'Challa instead of making him obsolete for 5+ years, having Wakanda without a king, which is stupid. It's lazy, and it's just crazy. You have in 2019, you have him undusted, bringing back their king. And I'm not trying to give them any slack, but this movie would have made more sense if you said it was set in the blip during the 5 years. That would have made more sense. But they're once again confirming that this is set after Endgame. And we all know that after Endgame, he was alive and well. He came back, still had the heart-shaped herb in his system, everything. So now we have that. Nate Moore, knowingly during the premiere, avoided saying the character that we've all been telling him to recast. He said Black Panther, not T'Challa. Basically going off the basis of T'Challa, I mean not T'Challa, but the Black Panther is a mantle. And anybody can wear it. But the main character for the franchise is being killed off. We haven't had that for Iron Man. We haven't had that for Hulk. We haven't had that for Thor. We haven't had that for nothing else. And yes, those actors are still with us. Thank God they are. Those actors are still with us. But as soon as we have our first one for our people, black people, that is significantly that is significant for our representation. As soon as that first person dies, oh well, guess we don't. Guess that's down the drain now, because they literally had T'Challa going to lead the Avengers with Captain Marvel. That would have been the second phase of the Avengers era, leading into Secret Wars and Kang. And so I want the mindset to where it's just really stupid. Because I was, shout out to Planet Fanatics. I was literally watching their live before I made this video. It's morbid in a sense where you are making a personal decision with business. There's a saying, and I believe that, Roman Pierce from Fast and Furious, that character, in, I think, was it Fast 5? He said, personal is not good business. And when you put things personal, you start to get foggy with your thoughts. And that's exactly what they've done with this. Yes, they made this movie, but you made it for yourself. And I believe specifically what E-Man said, who is the person who started the Recast T'Challa movement, said that if you guys are making this movie for yourselves, please don't show it to us. Because we don't want to see that. Children don't need to see that. This is basically what this is made for children. To have black boys have their own superhero that looks like them to be represented in media, so they can be inspired to possibly be them better selves, even though it's a fictional representation. Yes, we have our real life role models, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all of them, but those were heroes that, funny, were the heroes of Chadwick Boseman. And Chadwick Boseman read the comics, understood what was going on, told y'all not to have European accents because that's what y'all would have had if he wouldn't have spoke up and said what he said because he understood the assignment. He understood that this was the very first superhero ever to come out that looked like us, that was created by Stan Lee, and he did that for us because he wanted everybody to have equal representation. It's funny how us as a people, we screw up things on the inside that's meant for us. And it's going to take, and it's already been said, because it's like, me personally, one, I've come up with better storylines. And I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but I've come up with better storylines that they could have used in the MCU with regarding to T'Challa that would have made more money. And I remember also listening to Planet Fanatics where they were watching a clip with Shuri in Wakanda Forever going up against the Talokans on the side of a ship, which is a leaked scene that people can't seem to freaking shut up. Which I really don't care at this point. You can leak whatever you want to. I just don't care for it. That's the only way I'm going to be able to see this movie is people leak the scenes, because I'm not going to pay my money and go see this movie because it's morbid as hell. But in that scene that they were showing on, I think on one of their episodes, I forgot the guy's name, but he was literally looking at that, and I was looking at his face, and they were saying he's picturing how T'Challa could have been right next to his sister Shuri, and kicking ass left and right against the Talokans, which are basically the Atlanteans. And so, when we talk about representation, you use Wakanda Forever to put another character, Namor, in, who was basically T'Challa's arch nemesis. And you say you go towards Mayan culture. You can do that. That's great. But why are you substituting black culture for Mayan culture? That doesn't make any sense. In somebody else's franchise, Namor could have had his own franchise, and we could have had something totally different where Namor is telling his own story. And we could have had Namor cross over with Black Panther going against each other. And so, from a business and storytelling and logical standpoint, you're going to have X-Men come in. You're going to have Storm. And she's going to probably come to Wakanda and try to be like, okay, so where's T'Challa at? That's the dude I've been hearing about. That's the dude that I probably have previous history with, because we knew each other since we were children. And no, I do not want to see T'Challa Jr. meeting Storm. I don't want to see that. I don't need to see no T'Challa Jr. meeting Storm as a child. And what I definitely will not settle for is Storm being in an LGBT relationship. That's no. That didn't happen in the comics at all. And no, this whole thing of the movies informing the comics is stupid. Because all this stuff went downhill after Chadwick Boseman died. As soon as he dies, you say, okay, well, since he's not playing T'Challa no more, we're just going to go ahead and do away with the character itself. The character that's older than him. And I cannot wait to get to Marvel. Yeah, I'm coming for y'all. Because there's some things that needs to be changed. And I'm going to take it upon myself to make sure some change actually happens. Nate Moore, I'm coming for you. I said this before a long time ago, but I'm coming for your job, bruh. I'm coming for you. It's not going to be pretty. And shout out to Theo Butler and Be Real with D-Real. Shout out to Chillmonger too. I love y'all. Y'all are my road dogs. And I will be conversing with y'all soon. This is Nico Bean, and this has been another one. See y'all at the next one. Please like, share, subscribe, and holla at your boy. See y'all later.